Feeling left out doesn't mean you're actually being left out. And feeling like you can't do something doesn't prove you're unable to do it. Welcome to our show about everyday feelings, where we explore simple ways to live a little more peacefully.
That's right. And today, we're tackling a very common misunderstanding. We'll show that accepting a feeling, even an unpleasant one, doesn't mean you agree with it. And most importantly, it doesn't mean you have to act on it.
Exactly. A feeling is, above all, information. It's a signal our body and mind send us about what's happening. It might be a threat, a loss, something unfair, or, on the other hand, a huge feeling of joy.
But, and this is the key part, it's just information. It's not solid proof of reality. A feeling tells us how we see a situation, but our view can sometimes be a little off.
Absolutely. The problem is, we often try to push away those uncomfortable feelings. We fight against them. And by doing that, we just add a second layer of hurt.
The classic double whammy. We feel scared, and then we feel scared about being scared. We're sad, and then we feel ashamed for being sad. We get angry at ourselves for being angry. It becomes a vicious cycle.
When really, the first step is just to calmly name what's happening. I'm feeling sadness. Just saying that creates a little space between you and the emotion. You're not completely tangled up in it anymore.
It's like the difference between saying, I am sad, and saying, I am feeling sadness. It makes a huge difference. But okay, how do we actually use this in our everyday lives?
We can use a simple 4-step method. The first step is to tell yourself, I notice. For example, I notice that I'm scared.
Okay, the second step is physical. I feel it in. It could be, I feel it in my throat getting tight, or my tummy getting all knotted up. You connect the feeling to your body.
Third step, you listen to your thoughts. My mind is telling me. For example, my mind is telling me that I'm going to fail, that I'm not good enough.
And that's where the fourth and most important step comes in. A helpful action I can take is, even with the fear and the story about failing, a helpful action might be to just prepare the first part of that scary project. Not the whole thing, just the first part.
That's a really important point. A lot of times, we wait for the fear to go away before we do anything. But that's a trap, because it just keeps us avoiding things, and that makes the fear even stronger.
Yeah, the idea isn't to stop being scared. It's about acting with the fear. You can do something, even a tiny, safe little thing, while you're still feeling that emotion. You just bring it along for the ride, you know?
Of course, you have to be careful and know the limits here. If your feelings feel totally out of control, or if you feel really, really sad all the time, these little exercises aren't enough.
Exactly. If you feel like you might hurt yourself, or someone else, or if you have a sad feeling that just won't go away, it's super important to ask a grown-up for professional help. These are just everyday tools. They don't replace talking to a professional.
So, to wrap things up, here are 3 things to remember. First, a feeling is just information. It's not the boss of you. Second, naming your feeling gives you the power to choose what to do next. And third, you can act with your feeling. Just pick a small action that feels right, instead of waiting for the feeling to disappear.
Remember, this takes practice. It's not a magic wand. Thanks so much for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next one. See you soon.